Hey everybody, welcome back to the Master Wing channel. I have some exciting Wingspan World Cup footage for you today. But before we get into the gameplay, I have a free code for the Wingspan base game that I would like to give away December 1st. It's for Apple devices, so if you have an iPad or iPhone, this might be for you. It's before the holidays and we'd like to give it away. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment on this video and you will be entered into the giveaway. And then December 1st, we'll upload a video and tell you who won, and you get to enjoy Wingspan on an Apple device. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Let's get into the video. So we survived our first group stage. We went 8-1, a very strong start out of the Colorado, Texas region. Go USA. But we are in the second grouping now of this tournament. It's a 10 or 12 week tournament, and check out this group. Man, DeVim has a very strong start. We got Beans on Toast, ourself, of course, Master Wing, Kyle Loves Ducks, Bangzat, Sim17, Weird Al, Knockin' Wood, Stalled Bird, and Jeez the Beast. Just heavy hitters in this group, and we haven't had the greatest start. We're 4-4, and this might be my last Wingspan upload. So here we go. Let's try to win this game and finish out this World Cup, and hopefully we advance. We'll see. All right, so here we go. We are getting right into this game versus Jeez the Beast. And like I said, this is our 9th game, could be our last. I'm hoping we advance, but we're either going to go 4-5 or 5-4, depending on the result of this game. This is a post-commentary, and I'm excited. We obviously chose Bird Bander bonus card, and we were dealt Brant and Benelli's Eagle. We start off with one of my favorite quick start birds, the Brant, and just snipe that opening tray with the white throat, mallard, and Cooper's hawk. We were dealt some other trash that obviously I wasn't super happy about, but because we had the Brant, we got an instant 3-card boost, and that kind of goes well with Benelli's. But the Cooper's hawk, we kept a rat. I'm thinking my opponent may grab the red-legged partridge at this point. I'm really a fan of that bird. I always call that bird the instant engine, because even if it's the only bird in your grassland, it's a 5-point engine on this bird. My opponent plays carrion crow, which is probably going to bite me in the back for this red-shouldered hawk I'm about to play. But I still think the hawk's worth it. I don't have much else to put in the forest, but we take the red-legged partridge since it is still available. I'm hoping we can make use of that. And Jeest kept, looks like 2 cards, that's pretty standard there, and 3 food. The mallard is also great for our wetlands. So I've had a lot worse. That's for sure. I think I may struggle on food here a little bit, but the mallard only cost 1 food, so I am happy about that. End around goal is birds greater than 4, and as you can see, I've got a couple 0-point birds, a 1-point bird, and we may have to drop this Benelli's Eagle in round 1, which I normally don't do. Lesser whitethroat is debatable. We have a couple end of round goals with eggs in the grassland, with the ground nest, and it looks like I'm thinking I may hang on to the lesser whitethroat because I may need it to tuck under Benelli's later. And we get a strong start with the red-shouldered hawk already. I'm feeling pretty good about this game so far. It's very early, but the tray is not as threatening as the first 3 cards were. And it looks like he gained food there. And I think the mallard is up next. Mallard, draw cards, and then if Jeest plays a bird that's greater than 4 points, I think that'll determine what bird I need to play next. So, the Wingspan World Cup, if you don't know what this is where players all over the globe are competing and have been competing for the past 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. I don't know when this started. It's a 10, 12-week tournament, and it's represented by like 28 different countries. There's several group stages, and then there's a bracket. There were 200 participants. And like I said, we won our first group stage. We went 8-1, which I'm very pleased about. But this group stage, we are not doing as great. We're 4-4 right now, and we haven't uploaded much footage. So I wanted to at least get one game in. This could be my last game for the Wingspan World Cup. So we wanted to at least show something that we participated. But yeah, 200 participants, and we got down to the top 80 right now, I believe. And then if we make it past this round, we'll be in the top 32. I think that's how it goes. So, I mean, of course you want to win as much as possible, but they're also judging the point differential and wins against tied opponents. And I'm not sure how all the scoring goes, but basically the top 4 players in the group move on. So we want to get this dub. We pick up the fish crow, which is nice. My opponent has played the yellow-headed blackbird, so he's got a decent wetlands as well. And I think we picked up enough trash, enough junk cards to tuck under Benelli's eagle. We only have 1 turn left in round 1, and since my opponent has not played a bird over 4 points, yeah, he drew birds again, and he only has a berry. He could have what is it called? The goshawk? Or no, not a sparrowhawk. The goshawk is worth more than 4. But Benelli's round 1, if I can snag this end around, turns into a, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's 11. Plus the end around goal. It's like a 15-point play minus the egg cost. 14 points. Got really fortunate to have the Brant and Benelli's eagle. Like I said, it's one of my favorite birds in the quick start guide, that Brant. If you don't know what that is, if you're new to the game, there are 10 birds in the base game that have that gray shading in the corner. And I will put a link in the description to a video that highlights all of them. So we have a strong start. He's only got 2 birds down, and we have 4. But a lot can change. Geest is a very good player, and can't let your guard down. All right, looks like they are digging for more cards. I'm assuming they're not finding what they need. At this point, you kind of have to pick a direction, and you'd normally see a forest bird or a food-gaining bird somewhere, but maybe they haven't found it. And nothing in the tray that I really like. That Mississippi kite would go with the bird bander, but my opponent cashed 2 rats with his carrion crow. That carrion crow is going to turn into, what, at least an 11-point bird. So that's the downside. That's a good counter to my predators. And I think we're hesitating a little bit because we are trying to decide which bird we want to play first in the grassland. I think at this point in the game, I am wanting to get down fish crow and red-legged partridge. And so I'm wondering, do I take the fish while I can? And we do. And check it out. There's 3 seeds in the bird feeder. We will see if that lasts, but we may have to grab food one more time to get these 2 birds down. So, yeah, Yeah. Even though I've got 2 birds in the forest, I'm not getting any extra food, right? The red-shouldered hawk is scoring some points for me, but I'm a little weak on the food side. Now, Geest looks like they are struggling as well on the food side. But if I throw this fish crow down in the grassland, obviously that'll help with food generation. But I don't think I can solely rely on the fish crow. So we elect to grab 2 more food here, and now we can get going with these 2 birds down. You know, with their with their board, it looks like maybe a little slow, but they could, throw down a chiff chaff, or, all it takes is a couple more birds in the wetlands, and all of a sudden you've got a full tuck scenario. So they play cedar waxwing, so they may be pivoting to this grassland, and they will be gaining food and scoring points with the eggs. Probably a good play by them. I'm debating on this red-legged partridge first, but I think the fish crow is better. The fish crow's better because I have 0 eggs. I'm going to, we were thinking a couple turns ahead. If I played the partridge first, then I have to gain food again for the fish crow. But now I can lay eggs, since I don't have any, and go immediately into the red-legged partridge with the fish crow power. And also, the red-legged partridge will pair nicely with this mallard, which is also a ground nest. If you see round 3, that goes nice. And then the Benelli's eagle only has 1 egg space, right? But since we have the fish crow behind the red-legged partridge, I'll just discard an egg off Benelli's eagle to snag a food. So I think the partridge in the second slot was the better option. And 2 turns left. We will pay attention to how many eggs Geest puts on this cedar waxwing. But we should be in pretty good shape, I think, for winning this goal as well. So he's got a berry, a worm, and a seed. I'm wondering if they grabbed the blue throat maybe, and I missed it. They might have the blue throat this game, or maybe indigo bunting, because that's the food cost required for that bird. I'm not 100% sure. I might have been talking while they drew cards, or maybe we just didn't see it. But we have, yep, there's the blue throat like we thought. So we will be getting some extra food, but that does give them more ground nest space for this next end of round. And it looks like we will win this end of round goal for eggs in the grassland, so we can go ahead and draw cards. And that was not what we needed at all. I was kind of hoping for a tuck bird, a tuck and draw bird like the barn swallow, purple martin, something like that. Oh, we have a ruff in the tray. I think I need to grab the ruff. I don't think it's too late for the ruff. If I get 6 tucks under it, plus the 2 points, turns into an 8-point bird. It goes with my bird bander. And honestly, the 3 birds I have in my hand are nothing I want to play. So we will draw cards here. Pretty easy decision. Geest plays usually really fast, so I'm not speeding this up. It's just the game is flying by. We revealed the common chaffinch. I'm wondering if that gets picked up. If not, I may use it, because we have a lot of birds in our hand I don't need. And he did not pick it up. And Chaffinch, it goes with my Bird Bander card. And I don't have anything great. Okay, so we pick up a bonus card. That's not bad. We take the Chaffinch, and any extra cards we will be tucking. The one hiccup there is that the Ruff and the Chaffinch do not go well together, because you want to save 3 cards for the Ruff at the end of the round, but the Chaffinch, you know, you're tucking away, and so those birds are sometimes hard to work together unless you just have a bunch of extra cards. I still think I can turn this Chaffinch into like a 6 or 7 point bird though. We got the free food from the blue throat, so I think it's rough time. Another ground nest as well. I think I'm just debating whether we go Chaffinch or Ruff right here. This Mallard has come in handy. I think I have at least, 4 or 5 cards that I don't want to do anything with. And we'll probably draw cards 1 or 2 more times. And with the Chaffinch in the back, I'm just not concerned about my draw cards action, because all these extra cards will get turned into points. If you're a new player, it lets you tuck up to 5 cards. If you have 5 birds in your grassland, you can tuck 1 behind each bird. So it can turn into a very powerful card if you have card access. And they put the Blue Jay down. I'm wondering if that's a bonus card play. It feels a little late for the Blue Jay. But man, they must be having some tough draws. We're kind of... I feel like we're ahead. We've kept our pace this game. And then the free food from the blue throat, that doesn't hurt. I'm surprised that the red-legged partridge was not taken. But then again, maybe they don't want to... They don't have the food available or a means to get the red-legged partridge down, so I could see maybe that slowing them down a bit. And then I'm also surprised with the Chaffinch. I kind of thought they'd draw cards and then tuck under Waxwing, Chaffinch, use the blue throat, maybe go that route. But I'm sure they have a method to the madness, and I'm telling you, I've seen so many games turn around so quickly, especially in the World Cup. In this group, you cannot let your guard down. A lot of these games are being decided by food ties, by like 1 or 2 points. Every successful predator hunt, every tuck, every cache, it means a lot in the World Cup. Out of 200 players, the odds of us winning the whole thing is pretty low. I'm really hoping we can advance past this second stage, but we've had some tough 1 and 2 point beats. So here we go. It looks like we are going to snag another end of round goal, and we need to leave, like I said, 3 cards left for the Ruff, and I think we're set up pretty well for the 4th round. We may play that long spur. And so the last end around goal is filled columns. I'm wondering if the skimmer and this grosbeak can come in handy. So we only tuck 3 right there. We can always tuck more later, so not super concerned. Yeah, so I'm excited about this giveaway. I'm sure many of you have the base game already. But if you do not, and you've been waiting to put it on your iPad, I love playing on the iPad or your phone, this free code may come in handy for you. Like I said, in order to enter, just subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And then December 1st, we will let you know if you are the winner. All right, here we go. So we are tucking some more, and we go ahead and get rid of the skimmer, the grosbeak, and the little owl. We have already completed bird bander on the low end, so we got 4 points there. And I want the tucks more than I want to hang on to those other birds, so. We saw snow bunting. We like the snow bunting. Wondering if it's too late for the snow bunting, but with the filled columns, we could throw it down in the wetlands here. Oh, I would love a free seed right now. They gained food, but they didn't. No. I was hoping maybe the blue throat would give us a seed, but we can just use the fish crow. So with the red-legged partridge, one downfall of it is that you will run out of egg space quickly. You can see we have a 7-point engine, a 6-point engine if we use the fish crow. And they have the food kind of close for this white-faced ibis. The fish and the worm, I'm wondering if they play the ibis later. Kind of thinking about picking it up, but we do not. Looks like we're gonna go with the lay eggs action. Well, I say that, we backed out. I think the snow bunting is still worthwhile. If they activate their grassland or their wetlands, I can get a tuck. So that may turn into a 4, 5, 6-point bird. We'll see. I think it's worth it to get a third filled column. And we do draw cards. I think that was the better decision. Because remember, the chaffinch can get rid of these extra cards for points. And fortune favored the drawing right now because we picked up the cerulean warbler, and we go ahead and take the white-faced ibis just for a denial. You never know if they were going to play that or not. 4 turns left. I'm thinking we lay eggs, play bunting, lay eggs, and then try to play another bird for a filled column. I'm really hoping they give us a food with the blue throat. Alongside entering in the giveaway, let me know in the comments if you are in the World Cup and how you're doing. I've seen some crazy scores already. So many good players around the country. Like I said, 200 participants. It's just such a large tournament. I'm really excited for Oceania to come out December 12th. I think we're in one other tournament, but this is going to be one of, if not our last tournament, and maybe last video uploading on a base game board. We've played this same base game board for the past 2-3 years maybe, and we're ready for Oceania. We played the beta that came out a couple weeks ago, I think, and it was really fun. If you did not get to play test that, you are in for a treat. They did a great job, and I can't wait to see and play the new birds. Stay tuned for Oceania gameplay. So we got a rat. They did lay eggs. They played the Franklin's gull. I wonder if that's the Franklin gull has the star nest, of course. Maybe another bonus card play. It looks like, just glancing at their board, they may have a crazy bonus card, but I think we're favored right now. We have a pretty good lead, I would assume. Snow Bunting is another Bird Bander card. 2 turns left, and I'm thinking that this red kite may be the move. That would complete my Bird Bander. It would give me a 3rd filled column. And I already have a rat. If my opponent had given me a seed or a worm, I'd probably lean towards the cerulean warbler in the forest. Hey, Snow Bunting got a tuck. We'll take it. Oh, spotted owl. Man. And I got a fish. Okay, a lot to think about here. Let me think. So, we have 5 egg spaces left. If I laid eggs, I would not be able to fully utilize my red-legged partridge. I could discard an egg with the crow to gain a rat for the spotted owl. But like I said, that's only a 4-point play because I'd run out of egg space. I think I go ahead and play red kite here because we have the food available. It gives me some egg space. Yeah. And now I don't have to utilize the fish crow either. The math, I believe, favors the red kite. Now my opponent will get an extra cash with their carrion crow. But the red kite, with the completion of my bonus card, that's a 3, 6, and then we'll win the goal. It's like a 9-point play, give or take, because of the goal. And I didn't want to have to lay eggs and not use the partridge and then use the fish crow to gain another food. Even though those bonus cards were good, I think the red kite was the better move. Maybe we pull a bomb with the bonus card. We don't tuck anything with the chaffinch just because we favor the rough. And the end of the round, good game to Geese no matter what. It just looked like they were struggling. And when you lose all 4 end of round goals, that is tough to come back from. Here's the scores. Thank you for watching. Like I said, this could be our last World Cup game. Looks like, okay, so we're pulling away. We had more bonus points, the end around goals. We have more eggs. They had some cashes, but a pretty comfortable lead here. 78-107. We won our game. Good game to Geest. I have definitely been on that side of things. I think with the Brant and the Benellis, the fast start we had, it was just too much to overcome. They had Puffin, they had Ethologist and Forrester. Rough game. I've seen some really high scores from Geest, but Master Wing, we are staying alive, hopefully. Thank you for watching the Wingspan World Cup. Play more Wingspan, have fun. See you next time. Peace.